Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny recently received a remaster, and with the next entry in the franchise coming out in 2026, now seemed like the perfect time to jump in. To be clear, I have never played an Onimusha game, but I was pleasantly surprised by the unique take on combat, cool and upgradable weapons, and the very rewarding exploration. So let me tell you what makes this game so special. Thanks to Capcom for sponsoring the video. You can check the game out via the special link in the video description, which really supports the channel as well. And while it is the second game in the series, you will have no trouble jumping into the story of Onimusha 2 without prior knowledge. You play as Jubei Yagyu, a young swordsman who returns to his hometown to find it raided and razed by a demon horde, reportedly led by the warlord Oda Nobunaga. Jubei quickly swears revenge, but uncovers another secret in the remnants of his home village. His mother was an Oni, a race of mythical creatures who have been fighting the demons for a very long time. This lineage grants Jubei special powers, like the ability to absorb souls, access magical weapons, and even the ability to transform into an Oni for a short time. He is then tasked by his mother to retrieve 5 magic orbs that are supposed to protect humanity from demons, which sets you on the path to exploring abandoned mines, Japanese castles, and horrifying demonic laboratories. Your first destination, however, is the humble village of Onimusha, where you quickly meet some new friendly NPCs and are introduced to the gift mechanic. There are 4 characters in the story who are potential allies to you: the spear-wielding monk Eke, the gunman Magoichi, the ninja Kotaro, and the warrior Oyu. These will show up to help you out during difficult fights, and you'll even get to play as some of them over the course of the story, but if and where they show up depends on how much your relationship with them has improved. You'll find many miscellaneous items by exploring, or you can buy some from the shop in town, and the more a companion likes their gift, the better reward you'll receive in return. And sometimes you can actually receive some really useful stuff, like a power jewel that permanently increases your maximum health. I was not expecting such an in-depth system in a game that's technically from 2002, but it works really well and even makes repeated playthroughs fun if you did not get every ally interaction on your first go. And I say 2002, but there has been some effort to modernize the experience with this remaster, like better controls and faster weapon switching. Easy mode is also available right from the start for if you find things too challenging, but overall the Onimusha 2 remaster seeks to stick as close to the original as possible. While a new autosave feature makes sure that even if you die you're not experiencing a huge setback, you want to use the save points you come across as often as possible. And there are also no quest or objective markers, so you have to talk to people to figure out where to go next if you get lost. The levels are not that big though, so it's usually easy enough to figure out where you need to head. And I don't know why most modern games stopped doing this, but I love the fact that there are recurring bosses who will mock and challenge you before and after each fight, allowing you to truly build a rivalry with them before your final confrontation. I especially love how dramatic this demon swordsman boss is, and the fact that he's actually terrifying to face makes beating him all the more satisfying. But Jubei himself is also a force to be reckoned with, as you need to be when you're going up against an army of demons. From the start you have access to your basic combo and a block, but unlike modern games you're not able to parry attacks by blocking at the right time. You can counter an enemy, but in order to do so you need to attack right as they do to trigger an Isen counter. This is a quick slash that instantly kills basic enemies, meaning combat will go by a lot quicker once you get better at this mechanic. And if you want to finish the game on Hell mode, a new addition for the remaster, you will need to master the Isen counter, as this super challenging difficulty kills you after taking just a single hit. There's much more to this remaster though, and real quick, leaving a like on the video would really help us out. Now while you start with a regular katana, it does not take long for Jubei to unlock his first magical weapon, which adds some key new moves to his arsenal. Each of the special weapons you find has its own magical attack, like shooting a path of icicles that freezes an enemy or creating a tornado to deal with groups of demons. You also have a charged attack that you can perform by holding R2 or RT until your weapon starts to glow, which is easier said than done in the midst of combat. Over the course of your journey you'll keep finding new weapons, like a spear that adds some much needed range or a heavy hitting hammer, and each can be upgraded in a variety of ways. You can spend the souls you earn from defeated enemies to upgrade a weapon's level, which increases their damage and upgrades their appearance, so each level increase also makes the weapon look cooler. But by exploring and trading with allies you can also expand a weapon's moveset. You'll find text and scriptures detailing new techniques, which either unlock new combos or new levels of charge for your charge charged attacks, which obviously results in an even stronger move. As you play the game, your available selection of weapons and attacks is constantly expanding, and as you'd expect, your playable allies also have their own magic and charged attacks. And you might have noticed that a lot of enemies spawn these sprites when they are hit or when they die, which you can absorb by holding circle or B. These are souls and they come in different colors with different effects. Your most basic ones function as a currency used to upgrade your weapons and armor, while others refill your magic and your health meters. The most important souls are these big glowing ones, however, which charge the meter on the left side of your HUD. After collecting 5 of these, you will be able to transform into your Onimusha form, unleashing your Oni lineage, becoming invulnerable and gaining access to a new set of attacks. I mostly use it for the magic attack, as firing a barrage of homing magical projectiles is obviously very powerful. Now, souls do dissipate if you leave them hanging for a long time, and bigger souls take longer to be sucked in, so to speak. This means that part of the challenge of combat is to find the right moment to absorb lingering souls, as otherwise you'll lose out on valuable resources and healing. There's even a fun trick you can do with this mechanic while you're playing as Oyu in a later section, thanks to her magic attack, which imbues her sword with light. This makes it deal extra damage, but also releases more souls from enemies, so by using it often, you can use this section to farm for a lot of souls. Some chests also contain new weapons for companion characters, so again, there's a surprising amount of depth to the other characters you can play as. What I also did not expect is how much the game encourages and rewards exploration, as there are many rewards off the beaten path that can really help you out. I already talked about gifts, but healing items and ranged weapons can also be discovered by thoroughly exploring a level. And sometimes these items even require you to complete a puzzle in order to get them. Some chests are locked behind a puzzle where you have to shuffle tiles to recreate a circle in a certain number of moves. Others require you to solve a math equation where each line of numbers has to add up to the same total. There are also some clever puzzles that are part of the main story, so you're doing more than just hacking your way through demons. And if you really like these puzzles, there's actually a special challenge level where you just do those, with each completed puzzle unlocking a new piece of an expanding artwork gallery. This is one of the fun special modes that are also included in the game, accessed via the special features menu. You can also choose alternate outfits for Jubei and Oyu here that appear in the main game, which gives the cutscenes a bit of a different vibe to say the least. Then there's the Team Oni mode, a wave-based set of combat arenas where your health is constantly ticking down. So you want to make it as far as possible before you die, with the catch being that you can switch between members of your party to keep the fight going. And finally, there's the Man in Black mode, which offers another cool costume for Jubei. The goal for this one is to make it to the end of the level within the time limit. However, you are unable to take out enemies, so you have to rely on blocking and dodging to survive. By exploring, you can also find film rolls, which unlock new versions of cutscenes from the base game, with Jubei wearing this outfit. So even after finishing the main story, you still have some fun extra stuff to dive into. Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny is now out on previous and current gen consoles and on PC via Steam. Again, you can check out the game via the link in the description. Remember to subscribe to not miss our next video, and you can watch more of our content by clicking on the screen. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.